A lot of people don't really realize, they hear about a successful company after it's become successful, but a lot of times the backdrop is a lot different than getting to where it needs to be. Steve Jobs once said, overnight successes took about 5 years to put together. As you may or may not know, I've spent most of my life in mainstream media. I've been on local television for over 20 years right now, and it was actually the early part of 2003, 2004, 2005 when social media started to become a very prominent way that people marketed themselves. And then after that, the evolution of mobile marketing started taking place when tablets and smartphones became so ubiquitous on the marketplace that I thought that a lot of larger companies were taking advantage of that. Who's being left out? And I always thought small and medium-sized businesses were. And I thought about some of the key elements that are needed. Video's really cool. If you want to use it, you can. You don't have to use it with our platform. It's certainly a viable opportunity. Texting's kind of cool, and the QR codes, which are showing up everywhere. I always thought in the back of my mind that there are vehicles that allow businesses to access customers on their smartphones, and that is texting and QR codes. So we've integrated some of that into our software that allows a small business for a very short price point to instantly mobile market and access consumers where they live on their smartphones.
Just about a year ago now, here we are coming up on Thanksgiving in 2013, we began to input resellers into our program, independent business people to come on board. They fall in love with the product, and then we gave them an opportunity to become a reseller of the product and share it with others and create an income stream. And so we started that back about the 1st of December last year, so we're coming up on a 1-year anniversary of that. It has been trials and tribulations like everything else, a year of development. We really feel we've now got it all about the button together in a very powerful program. And we're about to launch in Canada, which we're excited about in January, and almost do a relaunch in the United States at the same time.
But one of the biggest questions people ask is, why would you go public? Because be a publicly traded company from a company standpoint is not easy. It's painful, it's expensive, because you're paying, we probably pay up to $100,000 a year just for auditors and accountants and lawyers. And so people are like, well, why would you be public? Because it doesn't make any sense. And the reason why we went public was originally to raise our first round of funds,
It's fun and it's unique, and you don't really have that 9-to-5 sensibility. So when I broke out on my own to run my own company, I didn't really know what to expect at all. And so when we came up with the idea and we bolted together some technology and we showed it to someone who was completely unbiased to what we were doing, and they said, I could use this. And I'm like, it's like your first customer. You know what I mean? So the first time someone actually paid for our idea, I was like, okay, this could work.